up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am here with, I have messages from the universe. I'm doing it for each sign. This time there's, I think, 5 or 6 cards in each pile, so it might take me more than one video to be able to upload this, so just be aware of that. I am starting with the air signs, and I'm starting with Aquarius first. So I'm going to move you over here, and let's get started, because I have a lot of messages that need to come through. So the first one's for Aquarius, and the first card is Join In. I'm going to mess with this lighting real quick. I'm going to a little bit brighter. Hang on. See if I can turn it up. Does that help? I think that will help a lot. There we go. So the first card is Join In. You are being called to push past shyness and meet new people. Although you might not think of yourself as sociable, it's time to take action and get acquainted with like-minded friends and associates. Your social fears stem from spending time with insensitive people, and you'll benefit from connecting with gentle and kind individuals like yourself. You receive this card because in order to meet these new friends, you'll need to join in. That means literally joining an in-person class or group so that you can network with others. Joining in also entails introducing yourself at these groups and having conversations. The positive change in your social life will open new doors for you in other areas. And additional meanings of this card are do charity work, join a spiritual or religious group aligned with your beliefs, commit to a relationship. Aquarius, your second card is Divine Timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. Hopefully I'm not stumbling on my words the whole time I'm doing this reading, because that's going to make it just even more stressful for me. The next card I pulled for you is going to be the Ace of Coins in reverse. I hope everybody is enjoying their day. Yoo-hoo to Friday tomorrow. I didn't realize it was Friday. I thought it was Thursday tomorrow. My daughter told me. The Ace of Coins in reverse, it's a missed opportunity, lack of resources, chasing money for its own sake. You received the next card is the Sun, which is always a great card to have. And as we all know, and if you don't know, it's the most positive card that you can receive in tarot, so that's always good. I remembered your cards because I've done this about 3 times because I just haven't had luck of recording. Imagine for a moment that you're soaking in the warm rays of the sun. It feels nourishing and healing. All your aches and pains just fade away. The Sun card brings this amazing energy into your life. Vitality and health abound, while you feel assurance and clarity in all you do. Spend some extra time outside today. Be grateful for the radiance of the sun, if you guys have the sun. You know, today it snowed here most of the day. And the life force it gives all creatures. Your next card is going to be the Nine of Wands, which that's not the greatest card. I go from the Sun to the Nine of Wands. That's a little odd. So your life must be kind of in a little turmoil. This card represents boredom, resentment, being on guard, lack of interest in other duties, hesitancy in leaving an appointed position despite its drudgery, alertness, watchfulness, defensiveness, danger approaches, maintaining one's duties out of necessity, putting up thick emotional walls and barriers, self-imposed restrictions, complex, a wounded warrior, one who has been repeatedly hurt and beaten down, one who suffers physical and mental abuse, defensive magic, a threatening situation puts one on their guard, insecurity, one who carefully guards their emotions or who expects the worst due to the past experiences of being hurt or betrayed, and suspicion. So that is a pretty powerful message. Somebody's definitely going through it at this time. If you need to talk by chance, I'm here. You can always message me and we can private message each other on Facebook or on email or however you'd like to do it. I'm definitely a good person to talk to regarding stuff like that. I've been through a lot in my life. The next card I pulled is the Pool of Moonlight, and it was in reverse. Your thoughts are murky and unclear, swirling with too much information. Limit your exposure to words and media. Allow silence to fill you. You need to spend some time alone. You need to go into nature. You need to go connect with nature, and you need to connect with yourself, and you need to do some thinking and not listen to what everybody else is saying around you. It must be a pretty sticky situation that you're in. It might be a breakup. It might be maybe you want a new job. You know, it could be trouble with family, friends, but it's something that you need to go work on your own. So if I'm correct, most Aquariuses, they like to be alone, especially when they are having trouble or any, conflict in their life. So I'm sure that whoever this message is for, you're probably already on top of that. So that's probably a good thing, definitely. I know I need to spend a lot of time alone. I have empathy. I'm really strong, and so I get really, around a lot of people. It just sucks all my energy out of me. And I also am clairvoyant, so I see a lot of visions. I mean, at times it could be very overwhelming, so I spend a lot of time by myself. I didn't used to, but now I have to. Otherwise, I feel very overwhelmed with life, period, and I never used to be like that. But, that's the price you pay for being gifted, I guess. Okay, the next card I pulled for you, and is your outcome card, is the High Priestess. And this is your outcome card of this situation that you're in. The High Priestess represents mysteries and secrets, and so indicates that there is more depth to some matter than you have seen so far. With the right cards, it could show a secret becoming known to you that would be to your benefit. At this time, you need to follow your intuition and trust your instincts. And then your last card is a message from the universe, and it says, "My fearless freedom lights up the world." So remember that when you're going through these difficult times, definitely. The next pile that I'm moving on to is going to be for Libra. So if you are a Libra, this is going to be your reading for sure. Let me get the cards ready. Okay, the first card I pulled for you is Forgiveness. I hope you guys can see those. Dear one, have you been carrying around anger, guilt, shame, or regrets? This card indicates that it's time to set down these burdens so that you can spread your wings and fly higher. You are guided to release stored emotions and thoughts that may block you. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what others did to you is okay or that you need to spend time with them. Rather, it means that you are choosing to detox yourself from residue, negative thoughts, and emotions related to these experiences. Prayer, spending time in nature, cultivating compassion, journaling, support groups, and trauma counseling can help you gain understanding and the motivation to completely forgive. Be sure to forgive yourself for any regrets and release grudges you've held toward yourself. It's helpful to learn from mistakes made in the past, but not to hang on to them by betraying yourself. The point is to increase your confidence and the love in your heart so that you can focus upon your divine purpose. And the additional meanings of this card is letting go of the past, adapting a more positive outlook, releasing a toxic relationship with forgiveness, past life healing. So that's definitely a powerful message. Forgiveness is a huge part of life that we all have to do. Otherwise we carry those burdens with us for the rest of our lives. The next card I pulled for you is the Three of Cups in reverse. And this is pretty much a card that talks about like mean cliques, feeling left out, too much partying. So if you're partying too much, then you might want to kind of ease off of that, even though you're having fun. But I doubt you're partying too much because there's not too much going on. And unfortunately, the next card that you receive, Libra, is the Tower. None of us like to receive the Tower, but then again, sometimes it's I think in this deck that I'm using, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, it's more positive than in most decks. I like to read it out of here because I like to use the meanings of the cards that I am representing in my readings. So give me 1 second to find it. Okay. When the Tower card appears, it's time to brace yourself for a change. The well-rooted tree that's been growing strong for decades is crashing down around you. Your world may feel as though it's literally falling apart and you didn't see it coming. Even though this phase is painful and confusing, it will be over soon. You'll look back and feel grateful things changed course. You might even see it as a personal breakthrough in the end. So be prepared, but think of the positive things that are going to come from it too. There always is positive to every change that we go through. The next card is Empowerment. This is a message from the universe. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love, and that's what's your wholeness and your magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. I cannot fucking talk. Oh my God. The next card I pulled for you is the Knight of Swords. And this card can represent someone coming into your life, or it could also represent you. I look at it as someone that's going to come into your life. So it is an individual with a true heart and an independent spirit, a person with courage, boldness, and a strong sense of right and wrong. Quick progress is made, a new path is forged, energetic pursuit, charging toward the goals that you have set, standing up for what is right, going after what one wants without hesitancy, being unhindered by obstacles, bravery, certainty, strength, purpose, truth prevails, victory to the underdog, the romantic ideal delusion of the knight in shining armor, choosing the right path over the easy path, meeting an obstacle head on, standing one's ground, trust the heart as it already knows what to do. So pretty much trust your heart too. The next card I pulled for you is the Portal in reverse. And this is out of my Wicca deck. I like this deck, it's pretty cool. Doesn't come with very many cards though, and it stands for a door has closed, perhaps temporarily or perhaps permanently. Do not attempt to force your way through, but look for a more welcoming way. So just kind of step back and see what happens. That's what I would do. And then this is going to be your outcome card, and it's the Three of Wands. And then I have one more card after this. It's a message from the universe. So, okay, the Three of Wands, we see a positive pattern of progression emerging here, taking the initial energy from the Ace, then manifesting the idea, and now a completion of those first steps. Your initial goals have been realized, and while these have been successful, there is still more work ahead. The Three of Wands indicates progress, initial success, and yet even more planning to keep everything forward moving and heading in the right direction. So that's a pretty positive reading, or card. And then the last one is a message from the universe, and it says, my capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So that was Libra's reading. Now I'm going to move on to Gemini. It's still recording. I'm just making sure because, man, oh man, I did this twice earlier, and oh, what a nightmare. I don't want to have to redo this whole reading again because there's a lot of cards. And I haven't even made it, each reading, I didn't make it out of the first, I didn't make it out of the air signs. Anyways, Gemini, your first card is moving. This card indicates that you are moving, into a new house. This is a huge change affecting every part of your life. On the one hand, it is a wonderful way to clear the energy and start anew. On the other hand, the upheaval can be very disruptive. The card acknowledges how much your current or impending move affects you. With this relocation, self-care becomes even more important. Take time to rest instead of rushing to get everything immediately completed. Keep up with your normal routines of exercise and healthy eating. You need your strength and energy for this move and during the adjustment period as well. Self-care also includes exploring your new neighbors and making new friends. Additional meetings, changing your workplace, redecorating or remodeling a second home or vacation, moving your body through a new exercise program, an emotional moving experience. The next card I pulled for you is a star in reverse. It's kind of funny because you received the star twice. So you received it once in the reverse and then once in the upright. So it's kind of, I don't know, contradicting itself. So, but we'll definitely read them both. Ask yourself, am I hiding my light under a barrel? Where can I find the healing and refreshment I need? So you need to ask yourself that and maybe kind of look and see if you can find it. The next card is Ace of Swords for you, Gemini. And I wish I would have got this reading done earlier. I just don't have any energy. I haven't been sleeping good. I don't know. So, what was it? The Ace of Swords, yeah. When lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up for just 1 second. It's as though you can see everything, and this vision lingers on even through the storm. Such is the power of the Ace of Swords. Your mind will become clear, your thoughts precise. It's a great time to make those decisions you have been putting off. So it's a great time to do that. I know Geminis get stuck in their head, so maybe you can get out of your head and make those decisions that you've been meaning to make. The next card is True Offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. And your next card I pulled for you is the Star in the upright. This stands for Aquarius, so you showed up in your own reading. And it also stands for a wish coming true. So if you've made a wish, more than likely it's going to, come about and it's going to be granted. So that's just awesome. Definitely. We all like the wish card because we all make wishes. I don't care who you are. We definitely wish for a thing or two in life, if not all the time. Probably too many times than we're supposed to. God, I can't talk at all. I don't know what I'm doing. Just feel exhausted. Okay, so in this deck, which is my the Spellcaster's deck, it means the spirit of everlasting renewal, healing, creativity, a spell is answered, hope, inspiration, an outpouring of spirituality or emotion, nurturing the world with spirit, a wish held sacred, dreams, astral travel, a magical communication, plenty after a time of secrecy, opportunity, rain, flooding, a kept promise. So that definitely is a lot more positive than some. I can definitely say that. You drew let me see what card this is. I have to look because I am not too familiar with this deck. I don't use it very often, so I don't know all the cards. You drew the Chalice in reverse. And that stands for depression can numb the emotions and keep bliss from reaching your heart. If this is so for you, reach out to others for healing. If you need some healing, you can always contact me. I can definitely help with healing, especially of the heart. That's like my specialty. Your next card is Five of Wands. Five of Wands, huh? I think things are going better for you, though. It seems like, with every reading I've heard and every reading I have given for Geminis, they seem to be getting better, so I'm really happy to hear that. My mom's a Gemini, and I worry about her a lot. And I have a friend that's a Gemini, too, but we're not talking right now, so. These may not be large problems, and they can be overcome if cooperation is sought. However, petty disorder can easily get out of hand and drain energy away from key issues that need to be resolved. If this situation emerges around you, try not to become involved, for if it is handled correctly, the turmoil will just blow over. Don't be tempted to add flames to the fire. If you can play on the good side, you may find yourself quite popular with colleagues at a later date. If you need receptivity, I guess that's how you say it, then now is not the time to present your largest great ideas to others, as there is the likelihood of power struggles and competition. Keep it in your drawer for another day when the energy is more conductive. And that was your outcome card. And then your last card is a message from the universe. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. Okay, that is it for Gemini. I'm going to be moving on to water signs, and I'm going to start with Cancer. I think I'll do these ones, and then I'll have a part 2, so that my video isn't so long, because I know I'm moving slow too. My brain's not functioning as fast as it should be. Okay, Cancer, the first card I pulled for you is Support. You received this card because you've been doing everything yourself, and now it's time to request and receive help. This is a valuable life lesson that will allow you to grow in every area, so think of it as an investment. This card indicates that it's time for self-honesty, in which you admit to yourself that there's one or more areas where you'd benefit from getting assistance. This is not the same as telling yourself that you've done something wrong, though. It's just that many parts of your life require team approach, with people pooling their strengths to help each other. Additional meaning: money coming to you, joining a support group, child support or alimony, consultation with a healthcare professional, asking for support you need, allowing yourself to be supported. I'm a Cancer, and that sounds pretty good to me because I'm exhausted. You know, one person cannot do it all. I definitely try, but I just can't succeed. The older I get, especially. When I was younger, I could just run circles around everything, but not so much anymore. And then I don't sleep good at night, so my energy level just isn't like it used to be, that's for sure. Okay, Cancer, let me get your next card and we'll get going. The next card I pulled for you is the King of Swords. And you can either be this person, or it might be somebody coming into your life. The King of Swords believes that it is his duty to serve the greater good by wielding logic, reason, and intellect. He tries to make the best decisions he can based on the facts and past experiences. He sometimes forgets to factor in emotions and sensitivity to others. He understands the power of words, and therefore he can be silent because he won't speak until he is sure of what he wants to say. The advice for this card: gather all the information you can and process it logically. Make sure you are clear on what you think before you take action. So before you take any type of action, make sure that you know what exactly is going on. So I need to remind myself that, because sometimes I do that. Your next card is for Cancer is the Star, which is great. That means that Aquarius is coming into your life, and there's a wish coming true. Standing outside on a dark night, you gaze up at the stars and sense glimmers of wonder and hope. Even though you can't find concrete answers to life's many questions up there in the sky, you can't help but feel comforted and renewed. Such is the energy of the Star card. It is not about action or situations. It's simply about connecting to the part of you that is hopeful. This force will bring light back into your life and infuse you with positivity. A lovely card this is. So I love that card. The next one is Trust. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown to me. And if you're like me, Cancers don't trust all that easily, because it seems like we always get burned. At least that's my case. People seem to take advantage of me like crazy because I'm just too nice. But what they don't know is I am paying attention. They don't think I am. And once they cross me too far, I just cut them out. The next card for you, Cancer, is the King of Pentacles. Abundance, wealth, nature's strength and bounty, growth, prosperity, established rules, protection and safety, success in business and the home. Having a good sense of business, the lavishes and lusciousness of nature, truthfulness, one whose animal instincts and lust for life runs deep, a powerful person who can act as a protector of nature or loved ones, an older person with a dark, stable, and solid demeanor, a successful, respected individual, a provider or the idea of being provided for, the providing father, stubbornness, a person who offers protection or financial help, safety, stability, a good harvest, good health, established success that can be trusted, to provide a means of support. I like that card. I definitely needed that one. Okay, the next one I have for you is, what is that, number 1? Is out of my Wicked deck, and it is going to be the Sword, and it's in reverse. You may be feeling defensive for no good purpose. Don't cling to your point of view, but, view out, what does it say? It says, don't cling to your point of view out of stubborn pride. Now that sounds like me 1000%, so I definitely am stubborn as hell. I can be, for sure. I need to work on that, definitely. I think anyone that's stubborn needs to work on that, because that's not a really good thing. The next card I pulled for you is going to be the Two of Wands, and this will be your outcome card. Having moved forward from the energy and ideas that the Ace brought, the Two of Wands shows that the initial stages have progressed to get the project off the ground. While the Ace is a wonderful card in theory, it cannot become significant in the energy if not manifested into reality. As with all new ventures, you need to focus on your future plans and put in the required amount of effort to succeed. But the presence of this card shows that the potential exists. The energy of the two may also indicate a partnership, collaborations, and negotiations with others may be signified in your project. So there are worthy of consideration. The Two of Wands is a positive card that shows you moving in the direction of your goals and ambitions. Yeehaw, I'm glad to hear that. The next card I have is the message from the universe, and it says, I am the loving energy of the universe. Okay, so the next pile that I'm going to do is going to be for, hang on one second, I want to make sure, I think it's Scorpio, I think. I need to pause that. Okay, actually it's for Pisces, so Pisces, this is your reading. Let me get organized here. Okay, Pisces, the first card I pulled for you is Heavenly Signs. Have you been seeing a lot of butterflies lately, dear one? This card comes to you as one of many signs you are receiving from above to let you know that you are loved and watched over. Heaven frequently dispatches butterflies to signal that a passed on loved one is happy and sending you encouragement. Additional signs may include birds, feathers,